I fucked up my order of operations. Oh no. I'm also gonna have to adjust that, here in a hot second. Oh, I don't get my eardrums blown out. There we go. Am I audible? According to my stuff, I'm audible? Yeah. I can hear myself. Alright. I really need a new pop filter. This one's like freaking shredded and whatnot. Where do I even start? I guess I should start with, hi. It's been nearly a week. Obviously I didn't stream on Wednesday after, Toho Tuesday, because that's my usual break day. Then we did, Thursday, major bad news came along. I won't go into too much detail on that. It's personal family stuff. And it kind of was such a hard-hitting thing that it bled into Friday. Saturday was D&D, and I didn't wind up doing stream because it would have been Sibling Saturday, and Teber is currently on their indefinite hiatus. They're still not entirely sure. They want to kind of get back to streaming, so we might have a Sibling Saturday again this weekend, assuming nothing bad happens. But we'll play that by ear. I don't know if I'll have D&D this week because Rhea is on a job and they pushed her job back 2 days, so she probably won't be back in time for D&D this Saturday. So we might be in line to have a stream Saturday, especially if Teber's available for Sibling Saturday. But things are chaotic right now, to say the least. I guess I should say this ahead of time. We're expecting a follow-up of this past 2 weeks next month. So, depending on how that goes, I might be taking another micro break. I'm not even going to label it as a hiatus. It's like, whatever happens during that week is basically the only time that it'll be affected. Hopefully good news from that, rather than the freaking the just absolute despair that happened last week. I've also decided to start just removing the upgrade-a-thon from my title. I moved it to the end because we moved off of marathon schedule, and then I removed, and then obviously this past 2 weeks I've had a lot of days where I just haven't streamed at all. So I just decided to remove the upgrade-a-thon from the title, just in general. It's still active. When people toss in money, it'll go onto that, and rewards will still be given when we reach them. But I'm not gonna mark it as, like, the a-thon for 2 reasons. The first and foremost being that we're not really doing much of a thon at this point. The second being, next month is my tuberversary / affiliate anniversary. So on the 24th of next month, exactly 1 month from today, we'll be doing an actual, like, proper marathon. I'm not entirely sure how I'll play things out for that. I'll probably just, like, re-advertise the upgrade-a-thon, and then obviously play it more like a standard subathon for that. I might do a independent leaderboard for that. That way people that come in don't go, oh, there's no point because there's already 400 there. I can't possibly get to number 1 without tossing in X amount of money. I also need to change some... I need to change some rewards because... certain things have gone bad. Actually, what is... Where's my talk subject? Okay, this is already... we actually did do the ghost pepper, so that's at least fine. That sucked, but we did do it. The ghost pepper brine has gone bad. That's got to be changed out, though. Lack of climate control does that, I guess. Same with my sinuses. My sinuses are all kinds of fucked. I haven't been, like, completely inactive, though, over the past, few days. I did do another art piece. Those that keep up to date via the Blisky, the Blue Sky, or are in the Discord, have been able to keep up to date and know that I did another art piece. It was a doodle. It was a small doodle because a mutual on Blue Sky showed off quote skeeted a trend that was on Twitter, or a pseudo trend? I don't know if it actually took off, but it was very leg focused, so obviously being half leg, over half leg, I think, I had to do it. It's a bit more blatant than the piece that I have on, so I won't be having it, like, advertised the whole way through. But let me... Okay, I can't actually show it because it's... Okay, any lower than that, we're gonna be getting ass. But this is basically the trend that was going on. The original image, obviously, was from an old, like, 1930s pinup or something like that. And it's notably more tasteful, but you know me. Got them legs, got that ass. We gotta be on brand regardless. Yeah, that's where we, I didn't do, a lot, obviously there's been a few birthdays and a few people's anniversaries and whatnot that have gone on over the past, like, week or so. And I got just thrown off. Let me get this back to the size that it was. I'll hide this again because I don't really need it. But yeah. I'm apparently not the only one that's just had a freaking fiasco of the past couple weeks. Who the fuck is this? Yeah, you really are a goddamn pest. Freaking one of the servers that I'm in has gotten a bunch of people that are trying to advertise for some shitty, freaking, I don't even know what to call it. It's like one of those Clash of Clans clone strategy things that sprout up everywhere, like freaking, I mean, I guess that people that have been here for a while know freaking, I've mentioned Z-Girls a few times, but you know those ones where you have a base just in the middle of fucking nowhere, and there's random PvE quote-unquote things, and you have select spots that you are forced to build certain things, and then after like level 2, they're just like, oh hey, wait 8 hours in order to upgrade and have like 1,000,000 resources. And we'll have our roving bots occasionally attack you with maxed out shit so that you lose resources. So you have to buy resources at a certain point, or buy boosters or some shit. You know, those shady ones that you fucking know. If you've played a single one of them, you know how they play out after, like, the freaking first bit of it. But yeah, freaking, I got approached by one, and once I realized what they were, I freaking blocked them, and then I've reported this one that's constantly freaking pestering me currently. They outright label themselves as pest, and they led off with the exact same goddamned message as the previous person. And they apparently don't need, you to respond to start responding back. Because this one went through, like, the same goddamned words, exact same script as the previous one, without me responding at all. I did not respond a single time, and they just went through the same script. And they ran through all their other shit, and then they freaking... Hi, friend, how are you? It's like... Bruh, I don't even have you added anymore now that I freaking know that you're just another one of those goddamn bots. But yeah, freaking... I'm not sure how long I'll stream today. It might be 2 hours, it might be 4. Maybe I get to yapping until 6. I don't know. It'll probably be close to 4 because I tend to end around 1 o'clock on weekdays at the latest. I do still need to do some grinding for tomorrow. Get my character up to 99. Get my crew up to sub-level that I feel is reasonable. The difficult part is that she has every element. So I need to find someone that's strong against certain things, but isn't weak to anything. If I have something that has Absorb, I don't think there's anyone that has Absorb that is not weak to something. I think currently I have Patchy as the one that I've matched affinities with because she is strong against / immune to every elemental attack, which means I only have to worry about melee and pierce. But that's to figure out tomorrow. I might have to look into some things. The difficult part is she's got 25,000 health? Which is not great. Because 25,000 is 10 times the amount of, I think, the biggest one that I've fought thus far. So it's going to be a lot of chipping away. Story of my life, I guess. I've also been very tired, like, the past week or so. I just haven't been sleeping well due to, like, the stress and whatnot. But, hopefully things are going to start going somewhat more reasonably. There's a lot of different stuff that just doesn't have a positive outcome in general. There's certain things that are going to, where possibly have a positive outcome, even the positive outcome is still not pleasant. Like the thing that's going to be happening in sometime in the next month or so. Yeah, it's certainly an experience. On the bright side, I rolled Phoebe as my freaking storyteller. So at least after all this clears up, I'll have a few months of relaxation. Or maybe I actually have Randy, and after all this is said and done, I'll just suddenly have a burst of good shit that just happens. No idea, but it could happen. Between the two options, I mean, there's not really a bad one out of those two from how the trend seems to go. I know that obviously life isn't, like, actually like that. But, you know, the mind likes to latch onto and see trends, and it is a trend that I wind up having just gaps of not a lot happening between just suddenly a strike of like 6 things happen at once. I should do RimWorld again. I've been wanting to do it after I watched Fred's video on what is it called, Boat Murdered from Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress is still $34 on Steam. I could just download Dwarf Fortress, but because I think that the website for it's like 1 update slower or something. But I could still download it. But I do want to do RimWorld again. I haven't done RimWorld in a while. And I think my computer could hold it. Maybe. I've got a few things that I want to try and do. I got Gothic Armada 2 the other day when I mentioned on Blue Sky how Thrawn's Revenge made me want to actually play a game where I can just get a freaking group of big dick ships to slug it out with other big dick ships. Because Thrawn's Revenge doesn't really incentivize that. In fact, it really wants you to do a lot of auto-resolving, to be honest. I don't know. I didn't enjoy my time with it, really. It's a competently put together mod, and it has a lot of neat things to it, but I don't like it, really. It wants to be a 4X game, but also try incentivize you to play the strategy portion of it. But a single skirmish, like on a planet, will take over an hour. Or space battle will take freaking 20 minutes on its own. Which for like the larger, for the larger maps, like star maps, where you get 80 and whatnot, which are the big draw of it, of having all the planets of the galaxy as an option, which are not as interesting as the base game because they don't even have the bonuses that the base game has. There's like maybe a dozen planets in the entire system, the entire galaxy, that have bonuses to them. So when you're up against the AI, the only real incentive is to try and stamp the AI into the dirt as fast as possible to not have to deal with them. Which is fine, I guess. But it's not the way I like to really... It's not what draws me to freaking Empire at War. If I want to play a 4X game, I'll play a dedicated 4X game. In fact, I think that the only 4X game I really have at this point is Stellaris, which I don't want to play. I want to get Endless Space at some point. Endless Space 2. Oh, I do have Endless Space 1. Another good one for 4X in space is Sins of a Solar Empire, which is another thing that I want to play. It's doesn't really have a story to it though, so it's one of those things that I'd want to play like as a fuck around kind of thing. And it's definitely one that I'd hold off until I had new computer for, if I were to stream it. I adore the game, because it's not many games that blatantly, in the tutorial, tell you what, that the title is perfect, and that what the actual horrors of a 4X game are, because in the tutorial alone, you nuke a planet into slag for insubordination. Which is badass, but... And it leaves an impression for sure. But it's definitely one of those games that I'd want to wait until I wasn't probably going to be dropped to 10 frames per second in order to play. I'm also, like, in a situation where I'm kind of wondering what I want to focus more on for streaming. Not in regards to, oh, I'm going to rebrand or some shit, but like, I don't know. After the pains that I've gone through on Bird Mom, and still not actually succeeded at drawing her, I'm in one of those states where I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things where it didn't help that it happened in the middle of all the real life stuff that was going on. So I kind of wound up in a space of like a little bit of self-doubt. Working on this and then the other art piece that I got finished this morning has helped. But I'm not entirely sure if I'm like at 100% on that. And it's in a bit of a weird situation. I have quite a few things that I want to do, though, just in general. That's the problem, is that I'm in a bit of a choice paralysis spot for two reasons that compound on each other. One, I have a lot of things that I want to do, and I don't know which one to do. Obviously, the choice part of the choice paralysis. There's also the fact that I'm not entirely sure what I can run. Which is also a reason why, despite the fact that I want to, like, friend, Ovi, who has been doing a lot of, like, collabing things, because I scroll down and I see Rust, but has been joining a lot of, like, other VTuber things, events and whatnot. And I kind of want to do that a bit myself, but I don't know if I can run half the shit. Like, obviously, streaming while playing Rust, that's not fucking happening. I don't know if I'd really want to... I don't know what, like, Rust roleplay kind of servers are like. I definitely wouldn't want to stream Rust base, because Rust... I don't know, it's... Base Rust's gameplay loop is not one that I like enough to feel like I'd want to stream it. And then PvE is, unless you're doing certain things in it, is not terribly interesting. Obviously, I've had VTuber Soul sitting on the back burner for like a year. I wanted to do Darkest Dungeon for a while. I've wanted to do the Armas. I wanted to do GTA. I have just so many things that I want to wind up doing, but I just partially can't run it at this point, and also don't want to like reach out and be like, hey, do you want to do this thing to like someone that I look up to or something? Or like even VTuber Vault is in a certain spot right now where I don't know if I'd be able to do it with many people, like especially if I don't have them added on like Steam to do the collab through VTube, and I had to run another pipe through in order to get video. Because there's certain people that I want to do a VTuber Vault with that I'm almost certain would not add me as like a friend, because I don't know them well enough. I'm mutuals with them on like other things and whatnot, but I'm not like close with them. I guess the best way to put it is like, if we were to go in classifications, like friends obviously being friends, like we got Sarah and like I've had Wolfscon and Kraka, and I want to try and, once she gets her rebrand done, invite Ovi onto it. Like, that's friends classification. That's like, yeah, okay. Then there's, in the weird limbo state of between acquaintances and friendly, it depends on that, what do I wind up running into them, I suppose, on that. I place acquaintances, I think, a little higher in that, if it's my autism brain. Because acquaintances means that you're friendly with them, but you also have like a direct connection at some point with it. Like if I was mutuals with someone, is someone that I could think of off the top of my head that I'd label as like acquaintance. Guest, I guess, is because we don't know each other like well, but we're friendly toward each other, and then we're friends on Discord. I guess is a person I'd label as, like, acquaintance. And then friendly is someone that, like, I'm around the community and whatnot, and, like, we'll go, hey, it's you! It's like, but we're not, like, friends or mutuals on anything. Like, Merp is probably the best example I have with that. Like, I'll pop into his streams, and then I'll be recognized when I get there, but, like, we're not... And I've done, like, fan art of Merp, obviously, in the past. We'll, like, acknowledge each other, but, like, we're not mutuals or added on each other. We have mutual friends. A mutual friend? A mutual friend. I think it's Mural is the only mutual friend / acquaintance in that regard. Off the top of my head. And then there's obviously people that are like mutuals, which is in a weird spot because where I've been in the community and whatnot, and we don't. The closest one I'd probably have is Tot in that regard, because I used to be in her community way back when, but I left the community when I was leaving a lot of communities during a big freaking brain gremlins issue back in like 2021? Yeah, it looks like 2021 because Yakuza Kiwami I got gifted by someone from that community, and that was the same year that I'd started to like kind of drift out. Because of a lot of self-doubt and things. So, like, I classify that kind of just as a, like, I've been out of that community for so long that I classify it as effectively a reset in that regard. That's like, even though I'm friends with Tori on VRC, I don't know if I'd classify us as, like, anything above mutuals, because I haven't been part of a community in a while. But we're friends on VRChat, we're mutuals on Blue Sky, I believe it is. And whatnot, and, like, that's another person that I'd like to invite on for V2 Revolt. We've got mutual friends. So we're not like strangers, I guess, but like it's in a weird spot in that, in my autism brain. I guess is the best way to put it. Like with Fleshy, mutuals on fucking Twitter that neither of us use anymore. There's a lot of people that, like, are artists that I'd like to bring on for it. I'm still partially in my brain wanting the next V2 Revolt to be a artist-related one. You know, the idea that was originally supposed to happen March of last year, actually. Holy shit, has it been a year already? Because I wanted to have Uni on for it. And then obviously I was stupid and freaking waited until the last minute to even freaking try and message. And it's like, well, obviously not, because she's working on graduating and wanting to spend time with friends, understandably. But yeah. It's definitely one of those weird things in that regard where I want to try and do X, Y, and Z, but I'm obviously not trying to get like a perfect situation. There's no perfect situations. Like a perfect situation for it would be I am like neck and neck with them in like freaking, I don't know how to even classify it. Punching weight, I guess, as I label it when I'm going to raid into someone. But yeah, it's one of those things where freaking perfect, I would have similar punching weight, freaking have a new computer, have X, Y, and Z assets prepared, and like theoretically, it could happen. I'm one person though. Like most of the people that do this kind of stuff regularly, like have their talk shows regularly and whatnot, and have like stuff set up for it. I believe it's Kiara in HoloLive, and then obviously Mouse's I think it's called Speak of the Devil. Mouse's is closer to what I do in that regard, where it's more like a hangout kind. I mean, both of them are kind of hangout kind of deals, but I don't know if Mouse like does events and whatnots for hers. I think hers is mostly just a talk show where things happen as they happen. But I'd like to invite people on for it and have specific assets and whatnot. But, I mean, probably evident from the fact that this hasn't been updated, despite the fact I've had 2 more guests on since. Things just kind of get hectic, and I get into a position where things get difficult. At every level of the production on home. From obviously self-doubt in my freaking artistic ability at times, to prep work and keeping stuff on schedule, because to be honest, freaking we just have certain times where just everything piles on at once, like this past couple weeks have been. That's like, I mean, another thing in the long line of things that I want to do. I want to return to Yakuza at some point. Because I have everything up to Like a Dragon. And I'd like to be able to go through those, but I have an art piece that I want to do for those. And I have to get my new computer set up. And that's at least, you know, 2 things that are relatively easy to deal with. It's not like freaking, you know, my mental brain goblins for the VTuber vaults where I want to have X, Y, and Z out of anxiety. And one of those things is very luck-based. Ugh. But I've had a lot of things just floating around in the brain pan for a while, simmering. I'm going to hit the bathroom real quick, though. And then we'll get back to yapping about this, because I really have to use the bathroom. Alright, it's gonna take a little longer than expected. Intended. All the above. But, where was I even? Pile of things that I want to do? Part of it. But yeah, there's so many things that I want to do. I wish that I could freeze time to do more, is what I basically want to do. Because it'd be nice to be able to, you know, work on art and also freaking game and then also freaking, like, talk. Because there's several communities that I've, like, not interacted with nearly as much as I would like to / used to. Like Juniper's community, I haven't really talked in general in the general chat of the Discord for a while, because I'm busy a lot. The only thing I really do in downtime is catch up on certain videos that that catch my fancy. I have... Thank you, Sari. And then I'll also just save a lot of art. Just all sorts of freaking art. I'll wind up finding someone that I haven't seen their page in a bit because not YouTube. YouTube is fine. Twitter is god-awful for that. And then I only use the following segment on Twitter anymore because of that, but, like, the times that I actually look at Twitter mean that all I get is the Japanese Toho artists that I follow. And most of the time they're just talking about stuff and I don't. Twitter refuses to actually translate Japanese, so I don't freaking know what they're saying half the time because I don't feel like selecting it and then manually going through and translating it every fucking time I see a post. Where was I, though? Stuff that I want to do. I'd like to freaking eliminate bureaucracy. That'd be nice. I'd like to actually have all of my shit set up. Hopefully that will be soonish. Unfortunately, I offered to freaking send money to pay for part of the part to Mysterious Benefactor. Unfortunately, it's a little more expensive than I thought, so I don't really feel... we're still in bureaucracy hell is what I'm getting at on that. So that's fun. My schedule might be changing a little bit. I might either be ending slightly earlier or having more time on average for my usual reason that I end streams. Because of some other things that adjusted. I tried learning, going back to basics on art recently. And, well, I've learned some things and I've learned some other things. I'm not exactly sure that I'm going to really lean toward the squares, the cubes style, the prisms style. My prisms just wind up looking weird, so I wind up not... It actually seems to hurt the way that things work. Like, I can still work with them to do a basic setup kind of deal. But as far as like trying to actually size out different things, it does not work for me. Because I try and get them to be perfect. And even using, like, the line tools for it, it doesn't work. So, I don't think so. I have gotten a little better about, like, doing actual rib cages for guides, but I don't know if I'm going to do much in regards to that. I just kind of like the way that I've been doing it. I'd like to get a better brush for blobs, because obviously the calligraphy pen is what I use. It doesn't work so well. It doesn't work so well if you're going at certain angles as opposed to others. So it doesn't work as well as I would like for, like, trying to get refined outlining. Refined asterisk. Obviously, the blobs are not meant to be refined. I don't know. That's just part of the artistic journey, is trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And sometimes it just doesn't. And the cubes just happens to be one that doesn't. Which I guess doesn't really matter as much. Like, I can do where the chest works, and then I can do where, like, the pelvis is meant to be, and it works out. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that I'm able to actually work on stuff the way that I know how to. And that's what I keep telling myself, because if I don't tell myself that, then I'll go insane. Which is not good. If I get in another loop in my own head, then I get stuck without doing any art. And that's just painful for everyone. That just hinders in all regards in that regard. Don't know why I said it that way. It just hinders overall. It's not helpful to anyone if I just get in my own head and start freaking being unable to do anything. Hey Cicada, how you doing tonight? Mostly just yapping because I've been away for like a week due to IRL things. I'm talking about currently art stuff. I need to make spaghetti, and I haven't had spaghetti in probably close to a year now? I used to make that like at least once a month. Because it would last at least for about a week. So it was good. It was a good thing for meal prep. Put it into tubs, put those tubs in the fridge, and then heat them back up when I'm ready to have them. Another thing I need to do is get back on track for taking like one thing that I'm not satisfied with in my art and working on it like every month, or more than 1 month if it's something that I'm really not satisfied with. Like last month, I think it was supposed to be hands? Was it hands or faces I was going to do this month? I can't exactly say last month yet, but this month was supposed to be one of those, and then everything in life happened. Yeah, I do. I made my own model. I made everything you see on screen right now, aside from obviously the text-based stuff. I mean, we all gotta start somewhere. I mean, let me actually bring back up my old art that I like to bring up occasionally for how far I've come along. Nasu, old scuff. But this one, is this the one? Oops, not that. Like, kind of a major difference between that and then anything that you see on this screen. reset that all back to where it's supposed to be. I mean, I've got a trial by fire again sometime in the next month because I want to get a new outfit done before my anniversary, which is in exactly a month. On the 24th of next month. And it's going to be something that I've never done before. Asterisk, I guess. It's also gonna kind of be, yeah, my 2-perversary. Anniversary from when I originally made my first model, as well as my affiliate anniversary, because I was smart and put those on the same day, so I didn't forget either one. Which is kind of a good thing, because otherwise my beginning of the year would be even more front-loaded than it already is, with birthday, and then followed by streamiversary, followed by the combination one. Just month after month after month. Do I even still have my old model on here? Hey, thanks for the follow. I don't know if I even have my old model as one of the things that I have in here. No, I do not. I have my previous model and then my pile of both semi-gimmick models and then all the variants of current Nasu. Including the one that goes just to iOS. Because I have to freaking cut the file in like a quarter due to how massive it is in order for it to not crash my phone when I load it in. It's very funny. Which is also why this doesn't have the outfit toggle like my summer comfy outfit has, because that doubles the file size effectively. The ability to shift between those, and then also having the arm variants and I didn't know until, like, 4 months ago? Whenever Tebra and I did that one Halo 3 mod, that not a lot of people even know that Feel Good Inc. is where the Feel Good that's at the end of Bustin' comes from. Apparently, there's just an entire group of people that don't know Feel Good Inc. exists. Or an entire generation, I guess, of sorts. Because the person that mentioned it is only slightly younger than I am, which is a terrifying prospect. I think he's only like 2 years younger than me. Yeah, I watched a what's the word I'm looking for? A sort of maybe 2 tiers into the iceberg level overview of the lore over the years, and all the lore that's been lost because it was exclusive to the website. the domain expired and just everything got lost because of that. Unfortunate. But there's some serious insanity going on back there. Including an entire era where, canonically, a character from the Powerpuff Girls was just there. I don't know if I'd say pure. The number of things that artists do for money on average is debatable in purity. 16 variants is a meme for a reason around here. Don't worry about it. Should have charged more is all I can say. With drawing stuff for money? Yeah, I've gotten commissions before. I got flooded with... after my first ever quote-unquote not safe for work piece. I got freaking bombarded with commissions around that point in time, and I mean, I guess that most of them were from the same person. But they wanted quite a bit. And they wanted a lot of variants of each one of those. What the fuck is this? Okay, then. Remind me never to go spelunking. Welcome back. I got sent something about a very unfortunate caver, apparently. I feel like it's a meme, but on the other hand, I know about Nutty Putty, so I know that freaking... not impossible, I suppose. Cavers are a different breed, and I do not envy them. Watching something with Theta last month, I guess is what it was? Didn't realize how long it had been since we last did a VR chat hangout. But we were watching something, and apparently some cavers experience a similar experience to the Call of the Deep. where they just kind of want to stay in the cave just indefinitely. But then they lose track of time in that regard, and they think that, like, 20 days is over a month. Like, just because you don't have any markers to use as a reference point. You don't have any other people, you don't have the sun to mark what days are what or anything. I've been popping onto VR chat semi-frequently recently. I made a model back in December, so I've been playing around with that a bit more. I want to make some adjustments to the model, I should say. I want to make some additions to it, get some new outfits for it. Refine some of the parts that I didn't have as much experience with at the time. Also, thanks for the hydrate. Because at the time I was basically fresh learning 90% of it. Especially when it comes to like the hair and whatnot, I want to redo that to a certain degree. Because the way it behaves, I think that I need to refine it in Unity. Because I feel like Unity is where most of my issues are coming along for that. Trying to just refine it to where it doesn't just float around everywhere, but also doesn't just jitter out after every bit of movement is definitely a balancing act that I almost certainly have not done perfectly. I also think I need to go back and redo certain things. Just in general on that. Because I think that when I went to make the Vroid conversion so that I could put that into the desktop assistant thing that was going around for a bit, I think that that accidentally saved over desktop mate is what it's called. I think that accidentally saved over the main file due to how Unity files work. Alright, take care. Thanks again for stopping by and for the follow. What the fuck is this? Where the fuck did some of these games come from? The fuck is this? Huh. That might actually be light enough that I could actually run it on this computer. But I guess that's just another thing on the pile of things that I want to redo. Redo slash do in the first place slash update. I should focus on, unless I specifically get my new PC set up and VR stuff set up. Focus on the live 2D stuff. Which is going to be an experience in learning new shit. We love Trials by Fire for learning new stuff. On the bright side, learning some of the adjustments I will need to learn for Live 2D is not going to be as bad. Because I know Live 2D at least well enough in regards to that at this point that it shouldn't be too bad. So I may try out some certain new things, having observed how some people do their models or rigging. Hey Jamon, how you doing tonight? I am tired is what I am. Aside from that, not too bad. I just wanted to take a short freaking stream today in order to yap about things that have been going on for the past month, and also things I'd like to do / plans / prep work / XYZ. And whatever tangents sprout up as a result of all that. I have 3 different short form videos that I want to do. Which I'll at least do one of those tonight, probably. I've semi-thrown off my schedule for actually doing short form. Because I started doing some of them on weekdays. I think I did one of those to make up for missing one the previous week or something like that. So I did 2 in 1 week, and then yeah, Eastern Lands video was right after the VTubers Do the Lore video, and it was 10 days until my most recent thing. People did not really take kindly to the Elder Scrolls thing. Granted, freaking, who's even still keeping track of Elder Scrolls shit at this point? Some people play it, and then that's about as far as it goes. There's certain things that I want to do, like short form videos on, that I'm not entirely sure if I have any need to. I don't know, the advice videos are kind of just filler because I want to keep up the one thing a week. I might do one more advice video, and if it doesn't do well at all, then I'll just say fuck it and shift exclusively to lore videos. Mostly because the next advice video I want to do is kind of just me venting about a personal peeve. When it comes to how some people have done the thing. A lot of people have been talking about various freaking etiquette and advice, though, this past week. I don't know. But probably I'll just, considering what time frame we're at right now, I'll probably just work on the modeling off stream. 'Cause I gotta still do a little bit more grinding for tomorrow. And then I can work on that. I also need to keep track of when certain people are available. I also gotta freaking do my short form stuff that I want to do, because if I don't do that before I close everything, then I'm not gonna do it tonight. I'm just gonna be freaking putting myself off. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at this point. A pile of stuff that I need to do, a need for one single object that is in limbo thanks to bureaucracy. And choice paralysis. All of which is semi-going out the window temporarily, because I at least have something to focus on for the next month. Actually, let me do something real quick. I say real quick, but this is going to take 7 years to load. Where the fuck? There it is. It's weird, though, thinking about the fact that, even, like, basic things are kind of held up to a certain degree due to, due to the state of my computer. At this point, I'm going to freaking refund that and still keep it on my freaking list. Because Jers has been waiting long enough that I think that Jers deserves the points back. I'll still see about working on the piece as I go. But Jers has been patient and waiting, so I'm not going to mark this complete. That's 100k points. But Jers deserves to have them back at this point, just because of how long waiting has been. Oh, another thing that I forgot to mention that came to mind when an update was mentioned, I think? Yeah, when I was mentioning wanting to update stuff. Freaking Voices of the Void has gotten another update, and I'm debating if I want to play through it again. I don't know if any major content has been added. But it would be kind of nice to, you know, run through it again. Like a new story and whatnot. But I also want to adjust, or I'd want to restart to a certain degree because of how many things got screwed up. I also want to... I also kind of need to find a better place to put my goddamned... miners. I have 2 goddamn Bowcoin miners, and I think that they're sitting in my main hall, so that I just go deaf every time I go through there. Another thing that I need to freaking... Oh, there's so much shit that I need to do. I got just thrown off by everything. I mean, I'm still being thrown off by... still being thrown off by... We are under attack! Hey Gray, thanks for the raid. How are you doing tonight? What are you up to? Let me... Ah, that explains everything! It's Dawn's fault. Stars die? What is that? But hello! For those joining in, I'm Nasu, Amaya. I'm an interdimensional archives VTuber from the world of Sick. I'm also an artist, as you can see from there, and you will see in a minute once I figure out where the heck my... Hello? My slideshow disappear. Where the fuck is my slideshow? OBS? We're making a new one. There we go. I've also, as I mentioned earlier tonight, recently learned 3D modeling as of December of last year. This needs to be shrunk. That way it's not in my face. No idea where that disappeared to. I'll freaking figure it out off stream later, I guess. Also, thanks for the follow. I was in panic mode for a moment there. No idea what it was about. Let's see here. Yeah, I didn't have too much problem with it. There's definitely some things that I want to adjust on the model, just because of how it, like, moves and whatnot, which I think is mostly a Unity thing, honestly. Definitely not something I'm going to be opening commissions for. I might, like, specifically for friends, because I know that I've had one friend already mention the 3D models and whatnot. Like, I might, for friends, do some 3D models and whatnot, but... Oh... It is... definitely a process. I mean, I don't think that anyone else's would be as difficult as mine, because I have a part that's a little bit more difficult for something that wants to try and do everything humanoid. I had to move the freaking every joint to its own thing, otherwise it tried creasing due to... This is... We Are Collective Goblin. Collective consciousness with, Japanese Goblin. It's weird that it always focuses on this one, because, it's... The only Japanese Goblin I know for real is the one that I originally had on here, and I've actually selected manually a few times. Yeah, we love weird legs out here, as is probably evident from my pile of moth art. But I am in break, so I will be right back. I also need to get a refill on my drink. aren't ears. Everyone and their mother interprets them as ears, but they're not. They're just hair wings. That's the reason why there's nothing here. Syncopian humans do not have ears, canonically. Yeah, that's basically the description I give it, yeah. Similar to birds and reptiles. I mean, I don't know why you're ewing Oki. It's not like an owl's, but Oki is correct. I don't even know if that's exactly being mad. Is ew a mark of anger? I thought it was the reaction because the first thing that normally people think of when they think of, like, the holes that owls have is, or, well, the holes that birds have is the big ol' freaking owl ears. Ears asterisk. Ah. You didn't put the comma there, so I didn't realize. No, fair enough, actually. Oh, I didn't get shot to the middle of the screen despite putting a question mark in this freaking message. What the fuck? I also have brownies. Not like Zen brownies, but sister made brownies. Don's just trying to cover his ass. Don't listen to him. Cancel the fuck out of him. I have no idea under what explanation to cancel Don for. Just do it. Milia? What's Milia? I'm assuming fighting games, but... because that's normally the context for what Dawn plays. I'm a Faust main. I just like the way those animations work. I choose characters based off of style whenever I play fighting games, and it works out sometimes. The only thing I know about Potemkin is that one clip where both of the players are trying to go for the grab at the same time over and over again until one of them slips up by a single frame and then gets pounded into oblivion as a result. I think that when I did Hollow Cure, I was a grappler, question mark? I think Coco's a grappler. Or not Hollow Cure, but, Idol Showdown. And I swore off Idol Showdown after the freaking Pummel because I just got cheesed the entire fucking game because someone chose someone that has a ranged attack that can just knock you out of any move that you try and make, and when you finally approach them can immediately grab you and throw you across the map with a single button press. I don't remember what character it was, but I remember that the week after that Pummel, got nerfed into the fucking mud. She had, like, freaking a laundry list of things that were nerfed on her. And I remember I was even more pissed about it because the person that did it shit-talked me despite just choosing the character that is a one-button spam the entire fucking match. Yeah, nice meeting you too. Thanks again for the raid and for the follow. Enjoy your sleep. Well, what were we discussing beforehand? I know that I mentioned being in that limbo state of what I should work on due to my new computer being in a limbo state on its own. Not knowing what's going to be most available in the next month. I also have to learn how to transfer meshes, rigging, and all that other stuff across the board for when I do the re-rig for my mouth and whatnot for better V-Bridger compatibility. Which when I do the new model, or the new outfit, I guess is what it is. It's not even going to be a full new model. But when I do that, I want to obviously update my rigging. Since Liz shared that video series on how to because I think it's by the people that made V-Bridger, is what it is, once it loads. But when Liz redid Sin's stuff, he also shared... That's trying to freaking bring up, I'm assuming, Teber. And I'm realizing that these videos aren't terribly long, actually. The mouth is the longest one, which checks out. It checks out that the mouth is the longest part, because the mouth is... oh... such an experience. I think that the mouth is the only part whenever I'm modeling that takes an entire stream to work on. Well, rigging anyway. Yeah, it's been a while since I've read this one up. I need to figure out what the base for the outfit is going to be. Because obviously the gear for it is the main draw of it. I'm going to need to do a new arm pose, both arms, really. Maybe 2 arm poses. Do we do 2? Do we get real spicy with it? Ooh. But I did mention the other day that I do want to kind of bust out the old idea that I came up with like a year ago. That's one that would require me to do a freaking design stream on its own, though. Ooh. There's 2 angles I can go on this. I could do both. I could just freaking lock myself away for like a month and just go ham. The problem is that one of those requires a lot more. One of them's an outfit, the other one's basically a whole new model. Oh, I actually might... Maybe. Maybe? Maybe. It could be held off for a Halloween outfit. Or I could just pull a Juniper and decide to... If I do it that way, though, I want to do what I already owe people, and we gotta redesign lists. Yeah, maybe that's how we play this out. Maybe I pull a Juniper this year. Maybe. Maybe that is what we do. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we are going back with original idea for what we do for next, for anniversary this year. And then the other idea comes later in the year. Because I do have to do a full design session for the other idea. The difficult part in that, I'm questioning myself is what I'm doing, is what you missed. Because, I'm debating, I have like 3 ideas floating around. Well, 2 ideas and 1 thing that I owe you guys. Because I have the original idea that I was doing for this year's anniversary in a month. And then I have another idea that I've been mentioning to Teber, and you might have actually been there for when I mentioned it last night. I don't know if it was you or Dude that was in the call at the time that I mentioned it. And then I owe you guys a redesign of lists, but the other idea that I have requires basically a whole other design stream or an entire design session. So I don't think that I'm going to do that for anniversary. Whereas the original idea I had is basically just an outfit with some extra additions to it. Who was the other reference point I was using for why I came up with the other idea? Because I know Yuzu was one of them. Wasn't Jupi this time, surprisingly.
We are under attack!
Hey Finn, thanks for the raid. How you doing? How's Hypix? How you doing? Been a bit. we were just yapping about different design ideas, but for those just joining in, I'm Nasu Amaya. I'm an interdimensional archivist VTuber from the world of Syncope. I'm also an artist. Basically everything that isn't text-based on the screen is made by me. And I've also semi-recently learned how to 3D model. Things are going to get busy for a couple seconds. But how was your stream? What were you up to? There's 4 of them? Which one's the 4th one? Is that the one where you're in the house, or is that 3? There's 8? What in God's... Alright, enjoy, I'm assuming sleep? Based off the hour, I believe that'd be sleep. If I remember right, you're not too far off on time zones. I didn't realize how many FNAFs there were, though. Oh, my time zone memory is off. You know, fair enough. 8. Jesus Christ. Last I remember, there was only like... Well, I do remember the house, so I remember 4. And then there was a mention of like some pseudo RPG one that I think got canceled. Alright, good luck with that. Thanks again for the raid. Okay, the VR one I think I did see someone play. That's, Sister? That one's Sister? I just remember that someone was doing it, and then there was like a don't move segment of it, and they kept failing because, like, they'd twitch or something. Was that Connor? Was that Connor, or was that... I remember that they were getting real frustrated with it. It wasn't Egg. Buff, maybe? I don't remember who it was. I just remember that they were getting real irritated because of one of the things on, like, freaking Night 4 or something like that. At least I think that was a VR one. Pretty sure. I don't know. All of my FNAF knowledge comes secondhand, so... It might have been Mouse. She was going through all of those at one point. But yeah, all of my knowledge of it comes secondhand and is kind of outdated. Aside from like one Wendigoon video where he went through all of it, and that was like 3 years ago. Hey, Mark. What are you up to? Aside from being fueled by JRPGs. Oh, no, just RPGs. My brain autocorrected with an extra J. Do you think my computer could run Disco Elysium? I've wanted to play it, and I know I have it. And I don't think it's a terribly intensive game. It's a few games that I am only really teetering on the edge because they're not, like, terribly intensive. Like, Under Rail, I don't believe is terribly intensive, but I know that I've thought that for certain other games, and then my computer's like, I die now. And then other games where I think that it should logically die relatively quickly, like, Voices run pretty much perfectly smooth. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That was about what Fly Night was, I think, and Fly Night ran relatively well aside from 1 or 2 hiccups. I just wish that bureaucracy would, you know, go a little bit faster. Is your heart okay? Because I think that's more, I mean, obviously it's more sugar than I would have for coffee, but, like, pretty sure it's also more caffeine than I would have for even a pot of coffee. You know, back when coffee was still affordable. Valheim also seems really fun. Unfortunately, the person that I used to watch play Valheim a lot of the time hasn't streamed in over a year, even though we keep bullying him to get back to streaming periodically. The current, like, survival type game that we've been discussing in the back end of things is, Minecraft again. Because freaking a lot of people have been doing different mod packs. Don't phrase it like that when I've already discussed the 16 variants tonight. Oh, do you have a busy week this week? Is it another Force Fem session? School starting on a Sunday sounds really fucking weird. How many weeks of school do you have for that? Or I guess I should ask months. Oh, are you, like, is it in a different state? I assumed that they just had moved you to where you're at currently because that was where the school was for it. Oh, nice. Back into a reasonable time zone. Yeah, July's not too bad. Only a couple months. What's that? Freaking... If we basically classify you in April, 4 months? If I remember correctly, according to one of the charts that I've been given, Sweden is one of the areas that have already been taken over by Ohio, so yes, that is a reasonable time zone. I forget what nationality the person was that gave the chart was. But apparently we own, like, half of the EU. I think he's Polish. That was from the poll that I know. I think that Puck's the only Brit that I directly interact with in that server. Granted, we've apparently been classified as owning, New Zealand. Because apparently it's actually, a lot of people just call it freaking Oceania's Ohio, so... Whatever. That's the explanation as to why Lena is allowed to be a hunting horn main. You should probably get some sleep. No, normally if there's something affecting my eyes when I'm tired, it is my right eye is in searing pain. Or sharp pain, depending on. That's normally if I don't turn off, like, my, light for tracking afterward. After I end stream and done with all the recording. Yeah, it's probably not good, but I normally listen to my body and actually, like, nap or take it easy when that happens. I say that as I freaking went through an entire freaking art lesson the other day, despite the fact that my wrist was fucked up. So, what do you do? Yeah, that's true. Huh. Interesting. Sure? I mean, it can't be worse than some of the sketches I get where people decide that they want me to, like, design an entire town and then put a dragon on top of one of the towers fighting someone else and X, Y, and Z, and they're like, that's reasonable for the sketch redeem, right? You know, the sketch redeem that I believe is only, like, 1K or something like that. Sketch is 5K. You know, asking for effectively an art request. If you would like, you may send it. Depending on the screenshot, I might already have you covered. There's normally 2 ways that people want that done whenever they do that. And one of those I have already used because it was part of the lore video. I have no idea. I haven't been diagnosed with it, that's for sure. What in God's green earth did you just send me? That was actually originally meant to be the post for Tebber's dead emote. I forget what we settled on for that. No, it's not. I thought it was going to be the Yamcha one, which is why I said that I might have already done it. Because Lore video frames. Because Nasu from the lore video had the Yamcha pose. Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I still need to go back through and redo a lot of the lore video. I want to redo the script, and I want to redo several of the frames because some of them are kind of just... How do I put it? Not satisfactory to me. I mean, in truth, if I wind up redoing the script, there's certain frames that just are not going to exist anymore. I might even wind up using one of my shit posts as part of it. Who knows? I do kind of want to redo that if I do that. Because the one that I would do is Nasu is very hunchbacked in it. Just due to how the freaking the original meme works. I also just kind of need to freaking redo the outline on it, I think. I don't know. I don't care much about freaking redoing the outline on it. It's a shit post. I might also have to just do it, I mean, I don't know who I'm going to do either yet. So it might take a little bit, especially while I'm still in reorganization phase after the last fucking 2 weeks I've had. Because Jesus Christ. Sure. Fun facts are always interesting at the very least, though some people, I think, need to learn a bit about the fun part of fun facts. Yeah, that one actually classifies as a fun fact. I'm very concerned about... because I was only like 5'9", and I was already catastrophically thin when I was 112 pounds? Yeah, I was... 90% of the belts I owned in, like, high school and whatnot, I needed to put an extra hole into so that I actually had a loop that was small enough to wear the belt. But I had absurdly long legs. Like, I mean, I guess that is accurate for how I look now. Just all legs. I think the only time I really forget to eat, I forget to drink a lot. I don't freaking really forget to eat. My body does not concentrate well enough when I'm starving. Sure? Question mark? But I couldn't get any pants that fit me decently because my legs were too damn long. I don't know anything about Signalis aside from Space Lesbians, and I'm trying to keep it that way because I want to play the game at some point, and I'm told that it's best to go in blind. I wonder if one of the one of the like artists that they went to is the same artist that did Zen's design, because I know that they do a lot of other cyborg designs, and they like to do the stilt-legged robot type deal. How the heck does autocorrect go from main to email? Granted, I guess that it's not the weirdest thing I've seen, because I try and type in happens, and my phone autocorrects it to hairbrush. Somehow. It sure does hairbrush. But yeah, freaking... I don't understand how phones work. It makes sense when I'm trying to write something that is out of left field or like isn't in English and it's trying to autocorrect to English or something along those lines, but... Alright, good luck / enjoy the slep. I really have to pee. I'll be right back. fucking knees. Well, one knee in particular. Goddamn weather. I mean, I'm pretty sure fall is still around. But a lot of people tend to lurk and chill, listen to the music and whatnot. It's like when I'm doing art, freaking... It's basically just Nasu radio at that point. Which is fine. I've seen what happens when people get very chatty in art streams. Merp goes for an hour without getting anything done. Fears? I don't know. Biggest fears is a difficult one. Like, obviously there's... Sure. But there's obviously fears that are unlikely to happen, like just being lost out in the empty void of space is pretty high up there. But the odds of that happening to me... I ain't becoming an astronaut. I don't think that my freaking shattered knee would allow me to even do that. It's not shattered, that's an exaggeration. It's just all the tendons in it are fucked up. I don't think I'd say I have thalassophobia. Like, obviously looking straight down into the pitch darkness, there's... like, the open ocean might be a bit scary, but at the same time, the open ocean doesn't tend to be as murky as, like, say, a river or something, so I can actually see most of what's there. That's not as scary. The thing that I'm afraid of when it comes to that is that I might get the call of the abyss. Or the call of the deep, depending on who you're asking. That's something I'm a bit afraid of. Like, just something in my brain just tells me swim down. That's a terrifying prospect. Heights, I guess, to a certain degree. It's not the... It's only when I feel like whatever is holding me up is not secure that I get to, fear of heights. Like a drop tower or something. It's not the fact that I'm high up. It's not the fact that there's nothing under my feet. It's the fact when I feel the metal itself swaying in the wind. That's when I get freaking scared of that. Like, there's tangential things from basic fears that I have, but... It's not the fears themselves. Like, it's not the fear of the darkness. It's the fact I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, and there might be coyotes waiting in that darkness. It's not the darkness that I'm afraid of. It's walking past the tall grass field in the darkness. and then hearing freaking something moving around in there and being like, oh, well, this is the point in time where I get rabies. I think that's also part of why horror games themselves don't really have as much of an effect on me. I mean, doubly so because a lot of them just go for cheap scares at this point. Because when all I do is get screamed at by a face that has its arms on each side of my camera, I'm not scared of that. I'm scared of the progress lost. That's why I kind of like content warning, because the things that are scary in that are scary for different reasons beyond just, oh, I guess I'm going to reload a save now. I also have like a very different reaction than most people do for different sounds. It's why the trope in horror where they just decide, oh, let's just have a baby crying, doesn't elicit any fear in me or anything. It's irritating because I know enough people that that means I'm the one that has to take care of it despite it not being my child. So it just winds up being, oh, well, here we fucking go again. Alright. I think that's part of why I don't really worry much about the horror games either. Like, despite the fact that I have at 1100 chat picks a horror game, there's not a whole lot of horror games that actually like get that kind of reaction. Because I have an oddly practical brain, I guess. Darkwood was good though. Darkwood I'd actually be tempted to play again, because there are some branching paths in that. Granted, most of the branching paths, quote-unquote, are just kinda going to be a detriment to you. There are things I missed, though. Like the wedding area, the reception area that was there apparently did have something to it. And I didn't wind up actually fully exploring that. Welcome back. I think that's the only horror game I can really think of that's... Cry of Fear didn't really scare me. It did irritate me at certain points, though. Especially once I got to a point where I was just being starved of resources in an annoying way. And the game just kind of felt like it lasted longer than it needed to. There's that entire end segment after you beat the dude, beat the doctor who you've been dealing with the entire time, and they just have an extra hour or 3 added on to the end for no reason. It was a good game until that entire, like, last chunk that was just pointless, in my opinion. I think that it would have been better if it... I think that it was fine when it had you take the rowboat across. But if it had fed basically straight into the end segments, where you go into the actual town and into the building, or into your, like, house, and then the final stretch, I think from that, it would have been fine. But instead, we had a long line of congrats on no resources. I hope that you're ready to be cornered by 500 enemies. Multiple times. I'm sure that it, like, I couldn't imagine people actually freaking playing that on higher difficulties. That drop into the area with all the, stabby ladies is probably the worst. And if you're taking, like, triple damage from that, I have no idea how the fuck you're doing that. Unless you're skipping. I think that you could probably skip that encounter. Like, just ignore it and run away, I mean. I don't think that you're locked in that room. Let's think here. Voices of the Void did get a few scares out of me. It was mostly due to... like meta-paranoia and things that are intentionally meant to tell you to take a break because you've been playing the game for 4 hours straight.
We are under attack!
Jesus Christ, another raid? Hey, SD. Thanks for the raid. How are you doing? What were you up to? Metaphor, I've heard good things about that game. How was it? I think that both Mark and Crack have both said very good things about that game. One of these days I'll get to it. another one on my long list of recommendations that is currently on hold as I am currently working to get a new computer, which is stuck in bureaucracy hell right now. But for those joining in from the raid, hello, I'm Nasu, Amaya. I am an Interdimensional Archives VTuber and artist. Everything you see on the screen, aside from the text bits, are made by me. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Had a rough couple of weeks, so we're currently doing some yapping to A, get caught up on things, and B, I wound up going on a lot of tangents. Okay. I guess I should have expected this at some point. I'm actually surprised that it didn't happen earlier. It's been a while since this has happened, and I don't have my usual backup to debaldify me, because my usual backup is currently locked in the curse of university. Really? You doing good over there? I can hear you snoring from all the way over here. I'm trying to think though if there is any other like horror games that stand out. Because I know that there are quite a few that just kinda I didn't jive with because I don't have as much of an I don't get affected as much by horror that most people do. But I think that that's the only two that I can think of that have gotten like a real good effect on me are Voices, which is not exclusively a horror game, and Darkwood. Granted, I also just don't have a whole lot of horror games that I've really gone through. The only other one, aside from those, Cry of Fear and In Cry of Fear, is Walden, which was not good. I guess the Doom 3 was technically a horror game, but I keep forgetting that it was. Because I play it more like, well, Doom. Because BFG Edition removed some of the bits that were added specifically to try and make it horror. Oh right, Dead Space! That was good. I only had one or two instances where I really felt scared in Dead Space 1, but that was a good one. Because I did the same thing that I did when I played it back in high school and freaking went chasing after the enemies because they're basically just money piñatas. Dead Space 2 had the lurker dudes. Those guys actually did scare me a bit. Yeah, imagine being scared by horror games. Something that I'm sure you know nothing about. Fear wasn't really all that scary. It was more of a shooter with an occasional horror stinger. Hunt is scary because everyone that plays it is much more skilled than me, so they can cross-map me half the time. Content warning's pretty good as far as like scares go, because it does its own thing. Yeah, I've seen like experienced Hunt players, because some of the people that I follow are like really good at Hunt, and it is a terrifying prospect to ever actually have to deal with them. One of these days I'll get to System Shock 2. It's another one that I kind of put on hold because I thought that I was going to have my new computer set up sooner than I have. Maybe that's what we'll move to. Maybe we'll do some System Shock 2 soon. I could probably finish it. At the rate bureaucracy's going, I could probably finish it beforehand. And if all else fails, if I'm wrong, that means that I've got my new computer. Oh yeah, there's text up there, text up there. Both of these are related to the same thing. Well, ish. That one's talking to Sashi, and then freaking... That one is related to the art piece that is used in... Well, actually, it's the Be Right Back art piece, I should just say, because that's easier than me freaking... I got flack, actually, because I hid the feet behind the actual meat and potatoes of that. I wonder if there's any other, like, major horror games I have. Cultist Simulator is another one that I could play. I'm pretty sure that I could actually run that while streaming. It's not a horror game, but I could. Oh, another one that I really want to play is... I got the itch to do it again since I saw Mint and... I think it was Mint and Nimmy. It was during Nimmy's recent thing. Heard of from a friend? I don't know, I've heard of a lot of weird games, but I've... Hey, Nochi, how you doing tonight? Heard of in general? Hold up, cat wants out. Weirdest game, though. Heard of quite a few weird games. Hey, good to meet you too. Hopefully things are going well. Yeah, I appreciate it. What's that one specific weird game? I may have heard of it. I know there's a lot of weird games out there. Royalty Squad's pretty weird, but I'm not entirely sure I'd label it as the weirdest one. Then there's the tale of the tale of the timeline, as Mark is familiar with. Multiple timelines, I guess, because he does go into another dimension, gets set back to fucking Rome, and then goes back, and then shares? Interesting. Are we talking... I guess that the question is, are we talking about weird and present? Are we talking about presentation or idea, or what are we classifying as weird? Because Void Stranger's also pretty weird. Arctic Eggs is pretty weird. Granted, did you freaking... I mean, take anything from, like, one of the Slavic regions. You got Funger, you've got Black Souls. Those are both weird. Oh, right, and there's also freaking... legally distinct Pokemon Snap that's porn. Forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me, Steam. Oh, this is just Basil's, life story. I'm joking, obviously, but I see the couch as the first thing in the screenshots, and I'm just reminded of that story. I don't know, it seems... aside from being effectively a meme game, or, like, a sort of... I can't say Unity flip, because I can't imagine this guy's just on Unity. I don't know, it seems... eh. Blood and Bacon is kind of weird. Yeah, my stream allows swears. If it doesn't, then that means that Automod has been broken. We're an 18+ stream here. I wouldn't be surprised if Twitch is messed up with automod again. As long as they're not slurs, obviously, but I'd like to think that everyone in my community is better than that. Oh yeah, Call of Cthulhu was yeah, I saw that. Like I said, part of my brain says, oh, it's an asset flip, but the dude that's featured as like your character, I guess is what it is, doesn't seem like he's just on the Unity store. Call of Cthulhu was kind of a disappointing game. I liked Dark Corners of the Earth though, it was pretty fun. It was stupid, but it was fun. Ah, yes, CBT with Yuka Kazami. That's pretty up there. Marathon might be up there in weird factor if we're talking about like the entire timeline that Marathon winds up getting to as of 3, I believe it is. I know I've got some weird games on in my library. I think I've got even weirder games on my wish list though. And then God forbid if I freaking... Oh wait, no, I forgot. I can't look into my itch.io stuff because 90% of itch.io got scrubbed. Alright, enjoy Slep. Thanks again for the raid. Dishwasher's kinda weird. I think that everyone by Ska Studio, everything by Ska is a bit weird though. I don't think that Vampire Smile was as weird as the original though. How is Doom Trooper rated at this point? Was he positive? It's not bad. Oh, it's just a free game. I thought that it was actually going to be like sold. Duke Nukem Forever's just bad. I certainly expect my Cloud status to be out of sync on Fallout 2, considering the fact that Cloud wasn't even available for it when I played it. How to stop seeing doubles? Have you tried closing one eye? Because it could be a misalignment in your eyes. I don't know if that's a medical prescription exactly. Probably going to sleep and it probably fix itself by the time you wake up is probably the medically advised way to do it. How to Survive 1 was kind of weird. How to Survive 2 was just kind of shit. Inscription, I'm told, is very weird. I haven't played it yet, and I'm trying to keep myself from getting spoiled before I get to it. Lisa is pretty weird. That's pretty up there, I think, as far as weird games go. Without just being a shitpost. I forgot how many visual novels I just kind of had sitting around here. Neo Scavenger, eh. It's a little odd, but it's not weird. I forgot I had Nightmare Cart. Is this the game where you fail if you... Yeah. Kenshi's pretty high up there, I think. In some of the weird shit that happens in it. Sure. Only one eye? I didn't even know that was a thing that could happen. Oh yeah, Second to Extinction, that game that doesn't exist anymore. You fucking E. Da, da, da. Yeah, I'd probably still put it in one of the, like, Funger and whatnot. Which one's that one? Ah, red-green. Gotcha, gotcha. Stuck like that. Hold on. Oh, that's weird. Might mix it up's a little busted. I'm sure that surely there's something really fucking weird in my wish list. Pathologic's pretty high up there. Ooh. My chest is acting up a bit again. That's not good. I don't drink energy drinks in general. The closest I get to that is when I have free samples, I'll use gamer subs to supplement. And until coffee goes back down, hopefully that happens. That'd be nice. If it doesn't, then I guess, well, no ill effects from not having it. I also just have that gene that makes it to where caffeine doesn't really have much of an effect on me. So it matters notably less. Stacking up. Like, in quick succession? I wouldn't advise that either. Also, I'm so freaking polluted in the brain that I freaking am kind of questioning what color. Simply for the funnies. Here. I don't know, I had Monster like once when I was I don't know, in like middle school, and I was not a fan of the taste, so it ain't my jive. Ugh. Mm-hmm.